All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Good morning, afternoon, night, whenever you guys are watching this show. Welcome to the Round 3 Scottish Open PGA Tour Showdown preview. A little bit of a recap from Round 2. I mean, we'll Viclat when we're right and we'll own it when we're wrong. We had Ludwig in the core. We did not have a very good day. We had a Scotty Scheffler outright bet, and he missed the cut. I can promise you guys I'm not always going to be right every single week. I mean, if I was, I would not be doing this. I would not be doing this. I would be having my picks in private and telling nobody and living on an island somewhere. But yes, we're not always going to be right. But when we are right, we're going to cash. So hope you guys got something out of the projections or out of the projections or the stone, because I know the slate plan was not great yesterday. But hopefully that means a bounce back for today/tomorrow's show. I will say we got Jordan Smith right. I don't think anybody else in the world was giving out Jordan Smith as a nice play tomorrow, and we gave him a beautiful recap in yesterday's show, and he had the round of the day today. So speaking of the rounds of the day, Jordan Smith, Nikolai von Dellingshausen. How is that? I'm gonna call him NVD, DP World Tour Ledge. Victor Perez, DP World Tour Ledge. Carl Phillips, David Puig. I mean, Strokes Gain International getting to the top of the leaderboard, having the rounds of the day. Not one American shooting one of the rounds of the days. I guess if you want to call it 5 under round of the day, then CG got there, Andy Putz got there. But from these 6 under and better rounds, we saw a ton of all green. We saw Jordan Smith and Nikolai have some nice approach, but it was a lot of all green. And we went with the kind of the TPC build. It didn't necessarily pan out. And I mean, I'm going to own when I'm wrong. I'm going to say when I'm wrong. I'm not going to say I'm right every single day. I was wrong with the guys I was looking for yesterday, but hopefully we could bounce back today. So we saw kind of like an all green plus approach profile get to the top today. Looking at the wave split for today, didn't even look yet. We got that right. It was minus 0.74 in the morning, plus 0.2 in the morning. We went all AM and got that correctly. So we'll Viclap that there, but that was a pretty easy call looking at that forecast from yesterday. Looking at the forecast for tomorrow, it's looking like we're going to get steady conditions from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. The temperature stays basically the same, and the wind stays basically the same. Double-digit wind plus 20-mile-an-hour gust basically all day. With that being said, there should be zero wave split in terms of difficulty to score at any point. Maybe the PM wave will get a little bit lower because better golfers are going out in the afternoon, but there's nothing holding you back from playing anybody who made the cut based on the weather. So all of these guys that have made the cut, we have -2 and better, a small field making the cut. So yeah, it is Rahm makes the cut. There we go, Rambo. In terms of contest selection for tomorrow, I'm going to go with this PGA Tour Showdown 40K par 4. It's a 4-entry, $250 max. Now, this is not a contest where I think you have to max enter to get all of its value. Obviously, if you're max entering, putting in that $1,000 in, you have more chances to win, obviously. And also, this contest doesn't pay 10% to 10th place. I just love having, I mean, if you enter 4 lineups in there and you only have to beat 177 people, that's 173, 2 people at that point, that really gives you some edge. So if you're entering 4 lineups, not everyone's going to enter 4 lineups. You have some real edge, but even if you're entering just 2 or 1, I love how easily you can beat only 176 and turn 250 into 10K. Like that's kind of a rare big payout for just only beating 177 people with a $250 entry. So I like this contest. I like these formats when they come out, usually on the weekend. So that's what we're going to be doing in terms of contest selection. Now, what I'm going to need you to do is type that into your search bar, shipitnation.com, and you're going to go right here, PGA Showdown. With PGA Showdown, you are going to get a ton of stuff. You are going to get the projections. That's going to make me log in like it always does. I logged in before and it's going to make me log in again. That's actually my fault. I closed out. Sorry. I'm not shitting on the the back end. That is my fault. I logged out of the tab. I'll take it. You're going to go to PGA Tour Showdown Projections, Stone, Slate Station. At the Slate Station, you will see my slate plan from round 2. This will all be updated after the show, and you're going to get all of this preview, everything you see on here. If you go to the Stone, the Showdown Stone, you're going to get the Stone. You guys already know what the Stone is. It's something like no other. We don't have this in any other website. All of the players, pivots, sleepers, high leverage, ownership, bounce back percentage, everything in between. And then the projections, basically just how much, who's projected to what, points per dollar, stuff like that. You're going to go right here, join the nation, use that code BOOTS, get you a free week or 10% off, all access plus optimizer. If you just want the golf, right there, PGA plus optimizer, any of these packages, code BOOTS. So in terms of round 3, what I'm looking for in terms of scoring, you see in terms of profile stats, you see the weather being a little bit more dicey in round 3 than it has been in rounds 1 and 2. Steady winds from I guess 8 a.m. Scotland time to what's the Scottish time zone? What is it called? I'm gonna look it up right now. We do research as we're doing the pod. What is the Scotland time zone called? There's no way this is true. I need to share my screen. Is this true? Guys, peep this. 1 second. Oh, I'm going to show you again. What is the Scottish time zone called? There's no way it's called this. Is this really what it's called? No, it's got to be GMT. What does this stand for? Time zone. Greenwich Mean Time. That's correct. British summertime. All right. Off topic there, but we had to get that one across the board. Stat profiles I am looking for tomorrow. More all green, but you're going to need to have some around the green tomorrow. You are going to. This is going to be, it's still not the truest links in the world, but it's going to be truer links than we saw in rounds 1 and 2. So for tomorrow, I am looking for doing everything okay, not doing anything too amazing, too poorly, but you have to show me 0 to spikeability around the green. So let's find some guys that we can pair some profiles with and hopefully cash tomorrow. We will go down to around -2. Let's take a look at Jon Rahm. Jon Rahm, 5 under round today, mega bounce back, and look what he's doing. Everything well. Would it surprise you if Jon Rahm posted another round of 5 under, gets in at 7 under? Not that that's really going to be in striking distance, but top 10, top 5 potential, it would not surprise me at all. So I don't mind Jon Rahm at the top. Right here, I like this profile. About a 0 ball striking, not the end of the world, showing some nice signs around the green and popping on the putting green, but not popping amount like 1.5 per round. That's not the craziest thing I've ever seen. That is Nick Taylor. We were on Nick Taylor today. Nice round that he posted. Another profile right here, 0 off the tee and gaining 2 strokes on approach, another 0.3 on around the green. We need that around the green in the green. And this is Chris Kirk. I gave Chris Kirk a bad rap yesterday, but I wouldn't mind going to him tomorrow. So I like looking at these profiles without seeing the name, so it doesn't put any bias into it. This is a beautiful profile. 5 under round today. Oh, wait, these are just round 2 stats. Let me backtrack. Let me backtrack a little bit. Sorry, but all of those things remain true. But let me look at Rahm again. So Rahm is just losing strokes in approach. He's still gaining strokes around the green, which I need. Nick Taylor. No, it's Taylor Moore. Nick Taylor. Okay, all of those things I just said remain true, so I'm not going to backtrack that. But this profile right here, really, really, really nice. Ryan Fox gaining just around 3.5 ball striking, and he's barely getting around the green, but he's striping it. He's absolutely striping it. Perfect profile right here. About 0.3 strokes gained ball striking, almost a full stroke around the green, and 2 on the greens. I love that short game ceiling. I love that short game prowess. And this is Callum Hill, another Scot. I love not seeing the profiles, the names, so I don't get biased. Now, this is something I would avoid. They're all short game. Gaining 6 strokes short game, losing 4 strokes on approach. You can't hit it that poorly. Ricky Castillo, Ricky Prooks, I'm not going to go to that. I can see a little bit of red, but I can't see too much red. Towards the top, see, now this is a profile I would also avoid. I said short game, but this is solely short game. This guy plus 0.5 strokes short game in 2 rounds has nowhere to go but down. That's just too much short game for 2 rounds. That is Mike T. Mike T's not hitting it well, so I'd avoid him. And we know he's not great over the weekend either. So this profile, I'm not that scared of gaining 5 strokes on the green, but they're hitting it okay, about gaining over a stroke off the tee, even on approach, and plus 0.3 around the green. If this guy's generally a good around the green, a good short gamer, clearly he's probably a good short gamer. He's gaining 5 strokes putting. I don't mind it because like this guy's, you're gonna need the putter tomorrow, but it's really just the ball striking. If this was like minus 3 around the green, minus 2 ball striking, and plus 7 putting, I would avoid it. But the ball striking is not that bad. Keita Nakajima, DP World Tour led. So I like those profiles. One more guy before we give you the one golfer we're on. I mean, why wouldn't I go back to Rory? There's a world. I'm not back to Rory. Why wouldn't I go to Rory? I haven't gone to him yet. I should have. You guys read my write-up. I was deciding between Scotty and Rory, and I went with damn Scotty. Damn it. So I mean, dude, he is gaining 3.5 strokes off the tee, gaining 2.10 around the green, which is beautiful. Another 3.5 strokes putting. He's about 0 on approach because he's just minting so much off the tee. He can only gain so much on approach. But I love that Rory profile that's going into the final round. So I love Rory and I love Rahm at the top. This leads me to the one golfer that I am on for tomorrow. And it's a golfer that we have not got to talk about at all, like once this whole year. One of my favorite golfers, but it's a guy that is about, even with the ball striking, he's about minus 0.7 ball striking, about plus 1 around the green, and about plus 3.5 putting. I love the short game. I love him in open driving conditions. I love him when you have to get it up and down and being able to miss it off the tee once in a while. And that is Cameron Davis. Cameron Davis, he's probably like $6,400. I haven't looked at the pricing yet. Davis, $6,200. Like, he's gonna be in the core. We're gonna pair him with Rory. And let's do it. So get to the site. You can get all of that information for free. Use code BOOTS, and let's have a bounce back day. As always, the song of the day for today's episode is going to be Watchtower by The Devil Wears Prada, Rory's favorite movie. So go check it out. Let me know what you think, and I'll be back tomorrow with more Showdown content. As always, let's ship it. Catch you guys soon. Peace.